This is Linda Willow Roberts on Spiritual Advents Directory with the Magical Manifesting Show. So please, I'm just going to do some maintenance while I'm waiting for you to pop on. So I'll just, won't be long. And we're going to have a look at some energy and see what's around at the moment so that we can see what we're dealing with when we're manifesting. So let's have a look. I'll just pop on because I don't want to hear me. Where am I? Where am I? There I am. I'll turn me down. Okay. Here I am again. Let's talk about manifesting. So this week I want to have a look at the energy that's around at the moment. Now, I don't know how many people and spiritual friends that have been ringing me and saying how lethargic and they just feel like whatever. Resting, they're sleeping in, they're laying around on the couch, they're Netflix watching and all sorts of things. So if you're feeling like that, don't worry, so is everybody at the moment that's attuned to the planets and what's going on. It's going to lift, it's going to start lifting tomorrow, and by Friday we'll be back in full swing again. So let's have a look at what energies that we're dealing with at the moment. Let's have a look. So the first card that came up is releasing. So we know that I'm using the I'm a Manifestor Magical Oracle Cards that are my own cards, and this is about releasing. It's letting go of what no longer serves us so that we can make way for the new. It's about releasing blocks and patterns, and any time that we see a pattern, the same thing's happening in our lives, that we need to let it go and release it. So that's the first card. So it's sort of like a story. So that's the first chapter. So we know, okay, if anything comes up, we need to release it. And then when we move on from that, let's have a look what else we could be working with. Okay, love. Okay, this could be self-love. It could be seeing things with love, feeling things with love, speaking with love. Okay, so the first part of it's releasing, and the next part's love, coming from a loving place, from your heart space. Okay, so that's just, you know, if we're releasing stuff and there's a few problems, remember, speak with love, see with love. Okay, what's the next one? Let's have a look. So how are we going to end the week? Raising our vibrations. Okay, this is what we need to do. We need to raise our vibration. So how do we raise our vibration? Dance, sing, walk in nature. Stop thinking about the past and the present, the future, and stay in the present moment. Meditating. Anyway, laughing is raising your vibration. Playing with children, playing with animals, anything like that is raising your vibration. So we've got releasing, we've got being in the love bubble, and then we've got raising our vibration. Okay, so that's what we've got to work with. Now, the thing that I'm excited to talk about tonight, now the first week that I came on, we talked about self-love. So we're using the 5-step process that I use to help me get on my way of manifesting, getting a better life, spiritually developing. And so it all came first with self-love, and then we went through releasing and forgiving, and now we're moving on to gratitude. Now, the 5 steps I'm using are in my book, which is 7/8 of Me, A Tale of a Spiritual Adventurer, and that's available on my website, lindawillowroberts.com. Now, if you're ever looking for me and you can't find me, just go to my website, lindawillowroberts.com, and there's links there to my Facebook page, my Insta page, so you'll be able to locate me everywhere else. Okay, so gratitude. Now, everybody's thankful for their family and friends. If I ask anybody in a workshop, what are you grateful for? They go family and friends, straight up. That's a given, okay? That is a given. The thing that I want you to think about is your thought processes around gratitude and being grateful, because we're wanting to put ourselves in the space of gratitude for what we have. Do you realise that most of the time when people are grateful, a catastrophe has happened, something major has happened, and we're thankful that they didn't get hurt? Or we're thankful something worse didn't happen. But why does it take us for something big to happen that's negative for us to be grateful. Why can't we be grateful every day? Why can't we be grateful for the small things? You know, I often tell the story in workshops about gratitude is that, you know, it wasn't only 2 generations ago, like I'm 53, so my father's parents, well, my nan, my grandfather died, and my nan brought up 11 children, basically on a dirt floor with one leg. And Dad said he could hear her screaming overnight because he could hear her in pain because of the amputated leg. So, you know, we've got floor coverings. You know, you go way back to basics. I'm so glad we've got power and water. There's people in the world that don't have food and that don't have clean water. You know, so I'm eternally grateful for the small things. And you really have to take it back to basics. Really have to take it back to basics. Don't wait for something bad to happen to be grateful. Really practice gratitude every day. You know, we're supposed to in our relationships, and I'm single, so I don't have a relationship at the moment, but we're supposed to say 5 things that we're grateful for our partner, for our children every day. What would happen if you said 5 things to your child every day that you were grateful for? You see what you're doing? You're actually creating a different cycle, and you're creating something new. Now, you know, the universe really does support us when we're healing ourselves. And so part of the healing is coming forward and being grateful and moving from, you know, being grateful for when something bad happens to being grateful all the time. Memories, you know, I can stand there and I can just, every moment I'm in awe, and there's something magical happening. And to me, magical could be a sunset, sunrise, a rainbow, a beautiful scenery, a butterfly. It doesn't need to be big for me to be grateful, but I stand there and I go, thank you, I am so grateful. I am open and receptive to the abundance of the universe. Thank you, I am so grateful. And I really do mark that. I have been seen at the beach in nature with my arms up and just going, I am so grateful, thank you. And I don't care who's around. I want to soak that in. I really want to soak that in, and that's the energy that I want around me. Now, when we talk about, you know, biology, you're talking about dopamine and serotonin. You know, dopamine gives us, it triggers our short-term pleasures, and it's always wanting more. Okay, so that's how dopamine works in our body. Serotonin triggers the long-term satisfying stuff, and it helps us to be grateful for what we have. So you can sort of tell what you're using, whether you're using dopamine or serotonin, and that's a bit about raising your vibration as well. So dopamine's for short-term addictive behaviours and always wanting more. Trust me, I've been there. Serotonin is for the long-term pleasures and the behaviour of being grateful, and it just helps you to be grateful. So they're the sort of things that I'm talking about when we're talking about gratitude. We're not just talking about, now remember that I talk about our next step for manifesting, probably for about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then I'll do some readings after that. So gratitude just takes you into a space of accepting what is. And we're all energy, and our energy ripples out around us, and we really do turn into magical magnets. And so whatever we're rippling out comes back to us multiplied. And it's really, really important. In the book I've written about gratitude, it is a positive step in appreciating what is in your life now. Remember, the universe mirrors what you think, say, and do. So accepting what is in the now and really noticing the more small benefits in your life. It can be anything from someone that smiled at you to running water. Start making gratitude lists. Now, gratitude lists have something, and affirmations I've done a lot of, but especially gratitude lists. There has been, I've been in not very good relationships, and there's been times when I've been awake for hours in, 3 to 5, 2 to 5, whatever it is, and I've sat and I've written gratitude lists. And I've tried to search in my life the things that I'm grateful for, the things that happen, the things that I've noticed, so that I get my head away from thinking negatively. And I really have tried not to fuel what is not going right in my life. I really tried to fuel what it is I like and love in my life. So we know where attention goes, energy flows. What we say, think, and do goes to that. So it is sort of like faking it until you're making it. And it did take me a long time. I was a slow learner. So, only the second half of my life has been amazing. The first half was a lot of lessons that I've learned. Now, even though that I was in not very good relationships, I had lessons to learn, so I'm thankful for those. So I'm even grateful for the lessons that I've learned in those situations. And I'm able to see the steps that I needed to go through to get me where I am now. So I know it's tough. I know finding gratitude when your life's shit, it's really, really hard. But the more you concentrate on the good things that are happening in your life, it's not so overwhelming. You don't feel so trapped, and it does help. I know I had to do them for a couple of years, but I got there. I did the work, I did the self-love, I did the releasing and the forgiving. And then I did the gratitude. Because I really wanted to make a difference in my life, and I really wanted to be grateful for all that I am and all that there is. So don't forget to be grateful for yourself. Now, we all have our good attributes and our bad attributes. So we have, some people call them light and some people call them dark. And I just wanted to see what Patricia's saying. She said, I'm grateful for having a roof over my head, being available to pay my bills and having food in my cupboards, having 2 amazing boys, beautiful friends and family members, and having my health. Thank you, Linda, for your guidance and teaching. You're very, very welcome, Patricia. So we have our good traits and what we sometimes think is our bad traits. Now, we can be grateful for I'm grateful that I'm strong. I'm grateful that I'm independent. I'm grateful that I have determination and I persevere. But there's some other sides of me that are my shadow sides that I haven't exactly been grateful for. I've cursed them. I'm stubborn. I'm pig-headed. I have addictive personality. But then when you look at it's the stubbornness, and I don't have a lot of patience. When you look at the stubbornness, that is part of my determination. Without that going together. So I actually had to start being grateful. And by being grateful for the shadow side of me, it didn't make it, I called it, I gave it a name, I brought it forward, and it released the power over me, if that makes sense. So don't just be grateful for some of your personal traits. Be grateful for both of them. If it wasn't for my addictive behaviours, I wouldn't take chances. I wouldn't step out of my comfort zone. So that has served me well. I have to honour that in me, because that has given me opportunities that I wouldn't have normally had. So make sure when you're doing a gratitude list about yourself, which is what I'd like you to do for the next week, is start doing a gratitude list for yourself every day. At least 5 things every day that you're grateful for and yourself. So even if you're argumentative, what's the benefit of you being argumentative? You're standing up for yourself. So, okay, I'm grateful for being argumentative. I'm grateful that I have stood up for myself. I have that ability. Give it a name, acknowledge it. Be grateful for what it's serving you in your life. And you'll find that they'll simmer down and the balance will start to come in play instead of being all of that. You know, some days I think, oh, I'm bloody lazy, and I nearly kick myself up the butt after I've said it because I've thought, I'm not lazy. My body has needed the rest. It's okay. Sometimes I can go, other times I can't. But you've got to honour that in you. So maybe the laziness in me, I need to be grateful for that because that's actually helping me listen to my body intuitively, subconsciously. So, you know, there's things that you can do, and yes, it is believing in yourself, Nicole. So I want you to start looking to be grateful for you, right? Now, if it's okay, I'd like to do a little download, a theta download. So I have to ask you, and you say yes if you want to receive this download. So if you say yes, I will receive this download. I'll ask the Creator to download to you the true feeling of gratitude. With love and light for your highest good. It is done, it is done, it is done. So theta healing and feeling what the true, not what you think gratitude is, but the true definition of gratitude. It's being okay and appreciating everything that's happening now. Seeing the meaning behind it, seeing the lessons behind it, see it all working, the parts working, the cogs working to get you to where you need to go. Nicole said, my health is terrible, so most days I believe it has taught my kids to be empathetic. True, it probably has taught your kids empathy, but I still want you to be grateful that you're still here. I still want you to look for the things that you're grateful for about you. So yes, so that's something that I wanted to download for you. I wanted you to have the true feeling of gratitude. And I want you to, everywhere you walk, is to see something and just go, that is beautiful. I saw that. I'm grateful that I saw that. Somebody might smile. You might look at a mum helping a toddler, and you saw that, and that made you feel nice. Remember, we're after the serotonin, not the dopamine. So Nicole said staying positive is the hardest thing, and it is. And I have been in situations that have been really shitty, Nicole, but I sat and I've done gratitude lists. And I've done gratitude lists after gratitude lists. And, you know, like I said, it's faking it until you make it, but it's really putting you into appreciating and putting you into that joyful place that we need to be lighter to manifest with. I have to tell you, I've had some really weird things happen this week. It's like Spirit's giving me all of these little signs this week. Susan's just said, walking barefoot on the grass and taking in nature, very grateful. Yeah. But we want to go a little bit deeper as well. We want to look at both sides of you, your light side and your shadow side. So, you know, work on that. I want you to really like say things that you're grateful about yourself. So this week was laying in bed, and when the lights are off, it's fairly dark. Anyway, I woke up and I thought, is that a light on? And I sort of sat up in bed and I looked out into the lounge room on the ceiling, and there was like a red light, like tail lights up on the ceiling, like reflecting it from the window. And I got up a bit more and I thought, there's not a car out there, there's no tail lights. And then this pattern on the ceiling started sort of coming into my room, and it was really beautiful. It was, I was looking at it and I'm thinking, you know, am I dreaming? No, am I seeing this? So I didn't think much more about it. Then I've gone outside, and some of my lights outside have really started to flicker. And that hasn't happened to me in a few years. It used to happen around my daughter. And we used to, you know, laugh at when we weren't getting something, the lights would start flashing, like going, you know, I'm trying to tell you something, listen, warning, well, not a warning, but, you know, listen. And then out of the corner of my eyes, I've been getting these lights, and they've been flashing. And while I'm talking to you, I've got the candle in front of me and a light going. But these dust particles, and the cleaner's been here today, so I really don't have any dust in here. But these dust particles are just flashing in front of my eyes, but they're like stars and they're like sparkles. And so I'm talking, but I'm seeing flashes of light. So Spirit is with us. The Creator is with us. We're on point. It's what we're supposed to be talking about tonight. It's, you know, you can't make these things up. It's just sometimes you need to hear things, and this is what you need to hear today. So it just makes me, you know, aware of when they're around. And I walked out the other day here in the dining room. I think I said last week, and there was a feather on the floor. I was just about to walk out the back door yesterday, and here's this little white feather floating down. So they really are aware and around at the moment. Okay, so trust your gut feelings. When you sit down and start writing your gratitude list or thinking about what you're grateful for about you, they're going to give you a nudge. You know, they're going to give you a nudge. If you think of something negative about yourself, sit there and see how that has served you in your life. Patricia said, you're very welcome. I've been... Oh, it's because the candle's going, Nicole, why the light's like that. Patricia said, you're very welcome. I have been struggling but trying to take Linda's teachings as guidance. Susan said, I found 2 black feathers and a grey feather in the house. See, so Spirit's around you. Spirit's saying, okay, we're ready. Okay, they're waiting for you to get going, you know. So we've done the self-love part. We've done the forgiving and the releasing. There still might be stuff that comes up and you think, I can release that, or I need to forgive that. Even if when you get to the gratitude part and something negative comes up and you can't see where it's served you in your life, release it to the Creator, Spirit, the universe, and just go, I release that part of me. Ask them to come down and show you what the true feelings of things that you want. We're talking about feelings because we're talking about manifesting. And like I said about the serotonin, we're talking about long term. We're not talking about short-term quick fixes, pull the Band-Aid off or put the Band-Aid on and that's a quick fix. We're talking about long-term manifesting to have the best life for your highest good. That's what we're interested in, and that's what I'm trying to help you with. Patricia said, thanks, I will try my hardest. You always do what you need to do when you need to do it. And I'm just a facilitator, a channel to bring messages through that somebody that needs to hear what I've got to say will get the little bit of push that they need to move forward. Hi, Ali. Ali's a friend of mine from Moranbah. You look good, Linda. Lighter. I feel lighter, Ali. I really do feel lighter. Probably not in body, but lighter in spirit, lighter in, I don't know, I just think that, going to Sedona in America last month was just the right thing for me to do. Going to the national parks in Canada, it was the right thing to do for me, and I do feel a lot lighter and a lot more, not relaxed. I wouldn't say it's relaxed, a lot more connected, a clearer channel, and I think that's what going to Sedona has given me. But anyway, okay, so I would like to see where we all are. So what I'm going to do, I would like you to, of course, share this post. I would like you to put down whether you would like a card or not. Now we're using I'm a Manifestor Magical Oracle card. So we're talking about manifesting. So if you would like a card, share this post, put your name down and ask for a card, and we'll have a look and see where you are on your manifesting journey. Now remember, any of the processes that you need are in my book, 7/8 of Me, A Tale of a Spiritual Adventurer, and that's on my website, www.lindawillowroberts.com. Hello, Geordie. How are you? Geordie's another great psychic, clairvoyant medium, and Geordie's in Victoria. So the thing that we have in common in my spiritual world and the spiritual people that I know is that we all get similar messages at the same time. We're all connected to spirit, and whoever resonates with any of us, go to any of us. Geordie's really great at medium, and she has her live shows as well. So let's have a look. Ash said, oh, Patricia said first, maybe. Hang on. No, I'm going back a bit. Michelle Sheridan shared, I would love a card, thank you. Okay, Michelle Sheridan. So how can we help Michelle Spirit manifest for her highest good? What does she need to know? Where is she at this point in time? So that's what I'm wanting you to have a little bit of a roadmap of where you are, Michelle. Okay, this is where you are at the moment, self-love. Okay, this is the self-love card. There she is laying in a hammock, but she's holding her green heart. But if you can see, that bird is taking the heart out of the cage. So it's taking the heart out. It's like, I'm looking after myself. So that's where you are, Michelle. You're coming into your own self-love. You're starting to do your boundaries, which is really tough for you because you don't like saying no. But what's really good is things are just happening and people are falling away, and the timeline's different. So what actually happens is when you're vibrating at this level, and the people match that level, and that's who is in your area, and that's where you are at the moment. But when you start practicing self-love and start doing things for yourself and start nurturing yourself and coming into your own, you start vibrating at a different level, and then those people start matching you. And the people that were vibrating at that level just drop away. So that's where you are at the moment, and that's a really good place to be. So keep practicing, keep practicing your boundaries and your self-love and your giving and your receiving, and balance that out because it's really important. Okay, Patricia shared, yes, may I have a card? Yes, you may. Let's have a look, Patricia. What can we help Patricia with? You can't make this up. You see me shuffle the card. It's the self-love again. So if you need to, that the first taping that I did, not last week's live, the week before, was about self-love. If you need to go back and listen to it, please do, Patricia. That's where you're at the moment. You're at that beginning stage of doing the self-love stuff, which is perfect. It doesn't matter. Remember, every new day, there's no timeline. every new day tomorrow is a new day to start again. Okay, so if you have to do a little bit more on self-love or nurture a little bit. Now, I'm going to read in the book what we sort of talked about, the self-love part, when we did that 2 lives ago. This is the starting point of spiritual development and manifesting. You need to feel you are worthy. You need to balance the giving and receiving. You need to take care of yourself as much as you care for your loved ones. Set good boundaries. This is a holistic practice, mind, body, and soul. Rest your mind, remove toxins. Ask in any situation, how does this make me feel? Bring joy and happiness into your life. Stop gossiping and speaking negatively, and do what makes your heart sing. That's the self-love part. And Patricia, that's where you are at the moment as well, which is a good place to be, especially if you're practicing it. Okay, Ash Kelly says, yes, please. So don't forget, share this live feed and so let's have a look. Ash, what manifesting point are you at? Now, Ash, I'm not going to pull it just yet. I feel like there's a pause. There's a pause with you because it's about finding passion. So this is where you are at the moment, and it's about finding passion. Now, when I say finding passion, it's not about passion with somebody else. It's finding, you just lost that, you know, when you're passionate about life and you love life. You need to find passion and love life and find out what it is you love. So there was like a pause at the moment because you just don't know what it is. It's like, what do I do? That's what I'm feeling with you. So your hobbies, start doing things that you love, things that you used to do as a kid. If you've got to do them again, start doing them, start being creative more. And it's finding the things that you love to do. You know, I did that card and I had a local artist draw or paint. So I sat down, I told her what the card was, I gave her some ideas of what I wanted the card to look like. And I said to my girlfriend, and I said, what's your passion? And she said, what do you mean? I said, what do you love doing? She said, oh, I love horse riding, and she's a couple of years younger than I am. And I said, never noticed you to go horse riding. She said, I haven't done it since I was in my early 20s. And that's her passion. And so she's since been. So it's just finding and remembering. It's remembering what it is you love and doing that. And even if when life gets in the way and you can't have the time, it's just making time to just do that. You mightn't be able to do it for a long time or as often as you would like, but it's finding that thing that makes your heart sing. It's finding passion. I hope that helps, Ash. Sandra Williams shared. Let's have a look. Sandra Williams. How can I help you, Sandra? It's like whack when I say, how can I help you? How can Spirit help you manifest? Let's have a look, Sandra. Let's have a look. So raise your vibration. This was the last card in the general reading today. Now on the card you can see a small child, you can see a fountain, an Indian drum, you can see a harp, a rainbow, raising your vibration in any way that you possibly can. So Sandra, you know, sometimes when we're a bit low and nothing much is happening and we're just a bit flat. You know, I had a friend here today and I said, how are you? She said, I'm flat. And I went, yeah, I am a bit too. So it's changing that flatness that we feel. It's listening to some music, it's dancing, it's like trying to change the energy. And sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes I don't feel like going anywhere. And I can just sit here and just go like, yep, no, I don't want to deal with the world today. And other times I have to make myself. So I give myself a day to, like, you know, just be. and then I put my foot up my own backside and I go and do something, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's going to sit outside in the sun, something that alters my vibration. Because we're talking about manifesting, and we need to be light and light-hearted to manifest. We need to be able to come up to what it is that we want to vibrate out at. So if you remember that we're energy, and our thoughts, feelings, and actions ripple out from us, and then we're acting as a magnet, that the universe is then bringing us those experiences, we have to change, tweak our vibration so that it brings more of that energy back in. You know, sometimes I live in Tasmania, and like in our winter months, sometimes we don't get the sun, the heat, and we're low in vitamin D here in the state. So sometimes it's the sun. Sometimes just being out in the sun and soaking up that vitamin D, it's worth working on for yourself, having a look at and feeling like laughter, is the best medicine. It's corny, but it's true, and it just alters your vibration. Okay, who else? Let's have a look. I would love a card, please. Karina Roger. Let's have a look. So just share this live feed. Know that I'm using I'm a Manifestor Magical Oracle Cards, which are my own cards. This is the back of them. Lots of dream catchers, because we're capturing what we're manifesting. I made up another word. Okay, let's have a look. Karina, I felt really hesitant again to shuffle. I was going like this. It's like I'm waiting. It's like you're waiting for something to happen. New moon. And if you're waiting, it's around the new moon. Now, on this new moon card, there's some writing. And it is, I am loved, I am happy, I am fulfilled. But remember, yes, they're affirmations, and that's the new moon. But remember, a new moon is dark. So when we're coming into the new moon time, the moon is dark. You can't see it in the sky. It's still, it's dark. It's a reflective time. So that's where you are at the moment. You're in a reflective stage, and that's going to be right up until the new moon. And then we'll start leaving the new moon, and then we start building the way for the full moon, things are starting to change. So yes, the word new is in a new moon because it's changing. It's coming from out of that old moon into another new moon. It doesn't always mean new projects though, okay? I like manifesting with a full moon. It has power and it has punch and it builds. And I said that like that because that's what it makes me feel. If I'm manifesting, I manifest with a full moon. If I'm reflective and I'm looking and I'm going internally, I tend to do that, and I'm still around a new moon. So that's where you are at the moment. Karen O'Connor shared. Yes, please. Let's have a look. Karen O'Connor, let's have a look. Karen, I feel like there's butterflies around you, and there's like little the fire around you. I feel light and airy, and I feel like it's quite a light energy around you. Let's have a look. And the card that came up for you is health. Now, when you get the health card, don't automatically think that that is negative, because that is where you are and what you're working on at this point in time. But if you can see your chakras are there, so it could be chakra balancing, it could be Archangel Raphael is up in the corner, it could be balancing the colours, balancing the chakras, it could mean a whole lot of things. But that's where they want you to be looking at this point in time, that it's going to help you move forward. And we're building foundations to manifest for our highest good. So if you start looking at your chakras and your balancing and aligning and grounding and what you're putting into your body and how you feel, that's going to help you manifest. So that's where you are at the moment. But I don't feel like your energy is heavy. I feel like it's a light energy. So you can call in Archangel Raphael. You can call in Sekhmet, Hilarion. You know, Archangel Raphael will help you in gentle ways. Haniel will help you in gentle ways. But when you call on Sekhmet, uttermost respect, he's also the god of war. So if you're calling on Sekhmet, ask him to come in and help you heal in gentle ways. Because most archetypes like that, ascended masters archetypes, they have two sides. So as long as you know both the sides, same as Nathaniel. When I called in Nathaniel to come in and burn away things that were for my highest good, it was like a little bit of an upheaval, but nothing I couldn't handle. And it was like change, and everything was changing, and I'm standing there thinking, oh shit. But really it was good because it needed to happen, but it wasn't that bad. You know, change is uncomfortable if you resist it. So if you're asking Sekhmet to come in and help you, know that there will be a little bit of movement. This is fun. I love doing this. Love it. Okay, Teresa Cron, card please. Yep, so just put your name down and ask for a card, and just make sure you share this live feed, because the Spiritual Events Directory, they let me come on every Wednesday between 6 and 7. They have other people that come on that you can pop on for free. So just share their live feeds. Make sure that you're getting it out there so other people can join. And you never know, somebody might need to hear something. Okay, so let's have a look. Teresa Cron, what do you need to know? I feel like there's a big decision around you, Teresa. It's like night and day. That's what they're giving me, night and day, night and day, night and day. Strongly night and day, night and day. So let's have a look. Okay. We've got Native American shamanism. Now, how is that connected to you in a manifesting aspect? I would say, as strong as those messages are coming through night and day, night and day, night and day, that they're wanting you to go on like a vision quest. It's like they're wanting you to connect to your ancestors, because your ancestors have the solution for you for your decision. So when we talk about Native American shamanism, we're talking about birds in flight, we're talking about medicine wheels, we're talking about vision quests, we're talking about nature. So when we're talking about the medicine wheel, we're talking about the 4 directions, and each direction can actually be a different age. So we can step around that. So, but I really feel like your ancestors are wanting to connect with you, and they're trying to connect, and it's like they're doing it night and day, night and day, night and day. So really take the time to stop and ask them to come in to show you some clear signs. And I think that will start to clear up some decisions for you, because I think that's where you are. Like, it's just, and I think some of the decisions that you've got to make, because it was night and day, are very different. You know, one's night and one's day. So one is light and one is dark. And so, you know, I always say, when you partner with spirit, that it's the light road. And when you don't, it's a darker way, because there's obstacles and some things, and it's the path of least resistance that I like to go down. So just have a think about that anyway. Okay, Sarah Joyce have shared post, Linda, with Lover Cards. Sarah Marie Joyce. Let's have a look. What do you need to know that will help you manifest for your highest good? Okay, Sarah Marie Joyce. Okay, Sarah, you've got the trust card. So you're needing to trust. So when you're on, and there's Archangel Nathaniel up in the corner there. So trusting spirit. I said this last week, and I'll say it nearly every time you're talking to me when the trust card comes on. When I've been on the spiritual train, 100% things have gone and it's flowed and it's like so bloody easy, and it's synchronicity to synchronicity. And yes, there is a spiritual train there, but the girl's on a magic carpet ride. And so we go from synchronicity to synchronicity, and it's just bloody easy. But when you're not trusting and you're not on the spiritual train, you're swimming against the tide and it's hard. It's like walking through mud. So the more that you trust spirit and trust the signs and the signals, the easier the road is. Whether you believe in spirit, universe, that's up to you. But you're on this page and you're listening to me and you're asking for a card. So I'm pretty well 99.9% sure that you believe that there's something bigger than us. And even if you have just that belief and no other belief, you need to trust that they will help you. Trust that they're there. You're not alone. Okay, next, let's have a look. Catherine Lombardo. Hi, beautiful. I would love a card for me. Thanks, and God bless you for what you do. You're very welcome. I feel like singing, but I'm not a very good singer. Okay, Simone, you're next. All right. Just share this feed and put your name down, and I'll get to you if I can. Whoever spirit guides me to. Catherine. Okay, Catherine Lombardo. What do you need to know? What's going to help you manifest for your highest good? Right. What's going to help you manifest for your highest good? Full moon dance. Now, I absolutely love this. This is the card that you got. You got the full moon. I'm just trying to get it up so that the light, maybe I'll go right up close. That's the full moon card. Now, she's standing there, she's dancing by the water in front of the full moon. It's letting go, it's being free, it's connecting to the power of the full moon. It's manifesting in a full moon, connecting to the moon's energy. So I would have to say that water and fluid for your body is really important to you. You know the moon moves the tides, and we're 85% liquid, so it has to affect us. Gee whiz, when I was younger and it was a full moon, I was like a cat in a hot tin roof. Really, I'd drink a bottle of bourbon, music was up, and I was out of control. I didn't understand the planets, the moon, and what actually happens until I balanced everything out, did the work, and now the full moons are just a little ripple for me, and I manifest and I use them to the best of my ability. So the full moon, grab it. Use it to help you manifest. Make sure that you're out in it, and you're saying, I am whatever it is that you are. I am happy. I am healthy. I am loved. I am respected. I have all that I need for my highest good. And like, do it with that much oomph, because it's, you're matching the moon's energy. And that's really, and so around full moon time, things start to pick up for you. So yeah, that's not a bad thing. Okay, Simone McCure. Let's have a look. Simone, what can I help you with? No, what can spirit help you with? I've been doing this for 30 odd years, and I still say, what can I help you with? Got to get out of my head and let spirit do their thing. See, this is the difference, that's why I'm Linda Willow Roberts. When I'm thinking and I'm being the normal person that does the cooking, the groceries and all that sort of stuff, and I'm the thinking person, I'm Linda. But when I blurt shit out and I'm channeling, and I'm Willow, because it's not me. And 99% of the time when I'm finished doing a reading or I'm finished doing a live feed or what have you, I won't remember because I haven't retained it because it's not me. And that's the difference. So if you ever see me out in the supermarket, just remember I'm Linda. I shut myself down before I go out. So I put myself in my glass box every morning. I bring my energy right back into me, and then I go out about my business. And sometimes people say, oh, so what can you see from me? You're a clairvoyant. And I'm like, I just wanted to get to know you as a person. I don't want to be up in everybody else's business. I think that's rude. I don't want to know when somebody goes home what they're doing. I want to get to know a person for them. So for some unknown reason, Simone, you needed to hear all of that. So it's really important to, if you're empathic and intuitive, that you're not going out and you're up in everybody's business, and you're also keeping your energy to yourself. Okay, Simone, let's have a look. So share this live feed. Let's have a look. So letting go. So this is Simone. This is the card that you've got. You've got letting go. Now see, they've got the hands out. There's a winged urn there, and the water's coming down and washing clean. Now letting go is different than releasing. So when I ask Spirit for something, I let it go. I don't think about how I want it to manifest. So I'm after the feelings that I want to manifest. So I want to feel free and happy and adventurous and travel and just light and just helping people and just nurturing myself. These are all the things that I say that I am, that I have, that I want in my life, right? So when I let it go to Spirit, I just go, for my highest good. Please bring me what is for my highest good. And I leave it up to them because they can see everything. So, up in the corner of this card, I don't know if you can see it, there's a bit of a broken rope. So if you're manifesting something and you're holding on really tight in a tug of war, when you let it go, it's gone. You're not tugging against it. It does its own thing then. You've let it go. So when we're manifesting, and that is one of the last things that we will teach in these processes that we're doing, we're going to Spirit, okay, you know me, you see everything, you know what I've worked on, you've seen my whole life, you know what I've come here on earth to do. I trust you. Please be with me 24/7, and I let go to you. So bring me what I need for my highest good in all aspects of my life. That's how I live. So that they bring in the synchronicities, the people, the places, the money, the homes, the cars, everything else gets taken care of. Because I want to live to my highest purpose, my life's purpose here on earth, what I came here to do, to help people. Now, when you're in service and you're helping people and you've worked on yourself, they support you. The universe supports you more than I could ever tell you. You would need. It's on the scale of, when you're pregnant, and nobody can tell you what it's like, and when you want to get pregnant, and then nobody tells you what it's like, and then you get pregnant, and you go, oh shit, is this what it's like? Nobody can prepare you for that. Being and trusting and letting go to Spirit and letting them wash everything and transmute it and say, for my highest good, the response from them, and I'll say them, the universe, the creator, the response from the creator is something that you'll just go, oh my God. And I'm so lucky. I am very, very, very blessed to live that life. And that's what I want to share with you. And that's why I wrote this book, 7/8 of Me, A Tale of a Spiritual Adventurer. Because I ignored spirit. I got slapped by the universe. I was bogged down. I had a shitty life. And then the work turned it around, and I don't want to preach, and I don't want this to be like a preach, but I would just absolutely love everybody to feel and see the things that I've experienced since I've trusted and let go to them. So, Simone, that's where you are, is letting go and let spirit bring you what they need to for your highest good. And that's such a special place to be. To just let it go and go, you know, I don't care what it looks like, but just bring it for me at the right time for my highest good. That was deep. Patricia said, thank you, gorgeous. You're very welcome. Michelle said, thank you so much. That's exactly what's happening. Kylie said, I feel like this self-love is going to come up a lot tonight. And Nikki Murphy said, would love a card. So don't forget, put your name down and share this live feed. Okay. Simone, I'm sorry for the lecture. Well, I'm not, because I do want you to get the best things out of life. And wouldn't it be lovely if just everything that you ever wanted to feel just came? It's like, oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, Nikki Murphy. I'll go back up to Spirit and I'll ask Spirit to help guide Nikki in her manifesting journey. Let's have a look. Nikki Murphy. Nikki Murphy, how can we help you? I'm wanting to shuffle them some more. It's like I have to dig deep for you, Nikki. Did you see that look, Nikki? The addiction card. Now, like I talked earlier, see the chains are broken. The addictions are like that. They chain you. They just chain you. You've got Archangel Raphael there. You've got Sekhmet standing there. I don't know if you can see Sekhmet. He's standing there and the chains are broken. This is the addiction card. And addiction doesn't just mean drinking alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling. It doesn't just mean that. Addiction could be in cycles and in patterns, in the same behaviours. So this is where you've got to look at, where is your addictive personality? But like we talked earlier about the gratitude, you need to see where that addictive personality part of you, the addictions in you or around you, where has that served you? So call in Raphael, call in Sekhmet to help you with the addictions that is around you at the moment. But try and figure out where the patterns and the blocks are. They're recurring. It's addictive behaviours. And remember, dopamine, addictive behaviours. It triggers the dopamine triggers, and it's just short-term, quick fixes. It's the serotonin that we're after. Okay, so I hope that helped you. Okay, who we got on here? Hang on. Patricia said, been doing this for a few weeks now. Thank you, beautiful. You're very, very welcome. Simone said, sounds like my card. Lee Wild said, would love a card, please, if one aligns. So share this live feed. Remember to follow Spiritual Events Directory. You can find me, Linda Willow Roberts, on the I Am a Manifestor Facebook page. And you can also, if you forget that, it's lindawillowroberts.com. Okay, let's have a look. Lee Wild would love a card. Lee, they're not coming, so they're flipping out, they're not feeling fluent. It's like, see, they're not going in easy, it's not fluent. So I'd say whatever's going on in your life at the moment isn't going smoothly. A few hiccups. Okay, and I'd have to say it's with your career, darling, because that's the card that come up. Now look at this lady on the card. She's happy. She's got the energy around her. She's doing what she loves. It's probably her life purpose. So start doing things that you love, okay? So start doing the things that you love, that you're here to do, Lee Wild. And the more that you do that, everything else will fall into place. So it's really concentrating on the things that you love doing. It's an energy. And so, you know, that's your life purpose. But we'll talk about life purpose at a later date. So that's it for me tonight. Thank you for joining me this on Spiritual Events Directory. I'm Linda Willow Roberts. We've covered gratitude. If you missed the first half an hour, please watch the replay. Each week we're going through a step. The first week was self-love, forgiving and releasing. And we're using, of course, my Manifestor Magical Oracle Cards. And the processes that I'm using are my own, that I actually worked on to get me to where I needed to be. And it's in the book, 7/8 of Me, A Tale of a Spiritual Adventurer, lindawillowroberts.com. I will be back next Wednesday. I will be in Cairns next Wednesday between 6 and 7. And have a lovely week. Remember your gratitude lists. Remember doing gratitude lists, not just for everybody else and what's in your life, but for you as well. Thank you very much for joining me. Love you. Have a wonderful week. Bye.